Hi everyone, I'm Jason from EO7 Media and Coffee and Cameras. You know, that awesome show that you're here to watch. Now before we dig into today's episode of Coffee and Cameras, I did want to give you a little bit of a heads up and without going into too much detail about why today's episode is going to be a little bit different than normal. Usually we would have a great camera setup with beautiful lights and Hilda and I talking on camera about whatever we're about to talk about. Now, unfortunately, we had some computer issues recently, and due to that, a lot of our footage got corrupted and lost. We were able to save some video clips, and we were able to save the audio from the podcast of episode 2. So while today won't have the video quality that you've come to love about our show, it will still have the audio. So take that with a grain of sand as you go into today's episode. Thank you so much for understanding. We'll be back with episode 3 in full regalia, ready to wow as we do. Thank you again and enjoy Coffee and Cameras, episode 2.
This is the good life. Out in the sunshine, nothing but good times. This is the good life.
I'm gonna turn this way a little bit. Hey, Jimmy brought his sparkle ball.
Aw, Jimmy. Come up here, Jimmy. Come on. Come by the mangoes. Come on up.
Oh, he will.
He will?
This is the cat that goes into our cupboards and brings bread up to bed. He brings loaves of bread to bed and eats them in bed in front of us like, did you like wheat?
Are you serious?
Yeah. He brings like everything up to bed and eats it in front of us like, did you want these tortillas? Carbs are mine. No, he's insane.
Oh my
He eats
God,
everything.
Jimmy, I love you. You're so sweet. Oh, what a sweetie pie.
That's the cat who figured out how to turn on the water in the kitchen.
Oh.
So in the middle of the night, we just hear water rushing down
No.
and me pooping my pants upstairs.
No.
Yeah, that's...
Oh my God.
What's up, everybody? My name's Jason.
I am Hilda.
Together we are Coffee and Cameras.
Clink.
Welcome to episode 3. Episode 3. Actually, it's episode 5, but we're not going to talk about those two. Maybe one day they'll come out, but episode 3 for the layman.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have no idea
I
what
got
you're
nowhere
talking
to do.
about.
Okay, anyway.
We have a business called EO7 Media.
Together, Hilda and I like to come together once a week to do this show, Coffee and Cameras. Hold off on the clink. And we like to talk about things that interest us, whether they be branding related, marketing, camera stuff, or just things that make us happy in general. Half of it's a great excuse to give you an education about how to build your brand and business. And the other half is us just to shoot the breeze and hang out once a week when we don't work or shoot or have other stuff to go on.
And write off the lunches because it's a business expense.
Business.
Speaking of business,
Yeah.
a lot of meetings this week because of the booking season for weddings and stuff. So,
Oh,
yeah.
are you getting a lot of meetings?
It's picking up quite
That's
a bit.
great.
Yeah, because I mean everybody gets engaged over the holidays and New Year's through Valentine's Day. Yeah, so a lot of meetings. Yeah, and it's good because like I don't know if I tell all my couples this, but I should, that I only book 20 weddings a year, so I'm pretty selective. We only book 20 weddings a year, I should say, because a lot of times
20's
the
a
max.
lot.
A lot?
A lot.
How many weddings do you want to book?
I'm aiming for like 12.
12. Okay, for me 20 because yours is a lot more work.
Yeah. There's a lot more back end. And I want to work with couples who want to have like a really, really, really fun experience. And I want to work with like cool ass couples. So I'm trying to limit that.
So you're interviewing couples to see who fits your brand
Yeah.
and your personality.
Well, I mean, not to like, it's not about me. It's about them. Like, if they're really freaking cool,
Yes.
I don't care where they're getting married. I don't care
Right.
about the aesthetics,
Right.
anything like that. Like,
Right.
there are companies out there that will focus on just certain types of people, just high-end, low locations. And if you're doing it in their backyard, screw you. We're not doing
Right.
it with you.
Little sidebar, I
yeah.
have a photographer friend who's very high end and she will turn her nose up at
Really?
any venue that doesn't meet her needs.
Yeah. But
So,
to each their
anyway,
own. There's
yep,
brands for
whatever.
every niche, and that's fine.
For me, it's about the couple, not about
Correct.
where they're getting married.
Same.
Okay.
I'm getting a crap ton of inquiries on For Love Films.
Okay.
But a lot of ghosting.
And what's ghosting?
Ghosting is when someone will reach out to you, you respond back, and then they do not communicate back with you at all.
And how do we feel about that, Jason?
Ghosting sucks. Straight up
ghosting
ghosting sucks.
suck?
I did a video years ago that I actually got a lot of flack for. Don't ghost. If you're doing business with someone, don't ghost them. And it's not so much like a pleading thing. It's like, you can tell us no.
Yeah.
It's totally okay
used to
to
it.
say no.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're not hurting our feelings.
Yep. You could say we found somebody else, we went another direction, you out of our
Whatever.
budget, whatever. You could say thanks, but no thanks. Literally
Right,
that.
right.
Just so we're not like, hey, do we follow up like 5
Yeah,
more times
yeah.
or do we let it be? Yeah.
So I think ghosting is one of those things that it's a lot easier to ghost someone and just hope they never come back. Like, we had plumbing work done, and the guy broke a pipe in the wall, and our whole basement flash flooded.
No.
It was terrifying. And he went out to the store, fixed everything really quick, did everything on his dime, and he goes, I will come back tomorrow and patch the walls that he had to rip open. And then he just never came back, and he never called me, and he never answered his emails, never answered his phone from me. And basically he was just like, I'm out, I'm done. That's
cool.
super shit. I mean,
Not
it's insanely bad as a business, but it's also like, don't ghost a business. Like, if you're a client, and again, like, no business is going to be like, oh, why don't you want to work with us? That hurts my feelings. Like, no. It's just,
Well, some newbies might, but
maybe.
like, we're seasoned and we're
but
like, we're
yeah,
used to it.
but like, it's fine to say no.
Yeah.
We're going to move on and
Yeah. Because we know
focus on
we're
other
not the
things.
right fit for everybody.
Bingo.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if I have a very traditional couple wanting to hire me, or they're like, oh, we want X, Y, and Z, and 1, 2, like, actually, if I may, a little sidebar.
Yeah.
This one couple that just recently hired me, super sweet couple, and she came to me and she said, oh, can I send you a list of the shots that I want?
Oh, like a Pinterest board?
Yes.
Okay.
So we had that whole conversation, So I said, here's all the galleries that so I sent her like 5 full weddings, and I said, take a look and let me know if you think that I still need a list after looking at my galleries,
Yeah.
or did I cover all your needs? Because any professional more than 5 years in should really know, from beginning to end, what they should be covering and what they shouldn't be. Okay. So once she saw that, she's like, oh, I'm really confident. I'm not going to give you a list.
Yeah.
I'll just give you a list of the people. I'm like, good, that's all I need, because I don't know, who's married to who wants
Yeah,
pictures
right,
with
right.
whom, but I don't need a shot list saying, take a picture of the flowers or the dress hanging. I mean, really?
It's pretty remarkable how often we get stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think we also have to remember that person's getting married for the first time.
Yeah.
They've never had to deal with a professional photographer, and they might not know that, this stuff is super normal.
True.
Like, we'll get your cake cutting. I promise.
Yeah. Unless we're in the other room or the other floor and nobody tells us, but then
Yeah,
it's up
oh.
to the venue. But
Exactly.
anyway.
Whole other story.
Okay.
Whole other story. So, speaking of ghosting,
Okay.
I have been getting a ton of messages lately.
Okay.
And not the good kind.
Okay.
Yeah.
What have you been
so
getting?
there's a new scam going on right now. And I don't know if it's for photographers.
What is it?
But,
Tell me.
It's a big scam for videographers who are getting in. It's always through Instagram.
Okay.
And here's what they do. They create a fake username
Okay.
that looks totally normal.
Okay.
And they create either like a family pet or a family member. Like, either it's them. They just look like a normal person,
So
right?
they actually have a good profile photo.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not like a fake it's not
Okay.
like a no profile
Okay.
photo. But here's the thing that caught me off guard is they'll always have a lot of followers.
Okay, so it's not like they just joined Instagram and they have 2 followers.
Correct.
Which is a big red flag, and we move on.
Correct, where it's an instant red flag. This guy, Jewel Jew 56, I don't care if I'm saying his name or not. He's trying to scam me. He has 573 followers, which is more than my business.
Yeah.
Which is more than our business account. I think like 5 times more than our business
Okay.
account. So the first time you see it, it's like,
Okay.
that's pretty fair.
Right.
Okay, I get it.
What does
And
he say?
here is the first thing they will always say. Hey, are you a video editor?
Okay.
Okay, like they're targeting video makers, videographers. Are you a video editor?
Okay.
And of course, the first thing you want to respond with is like, yeah, I edit videos. Contact me. Give me work. I'll do it for money.
Right.
And it's always the same verbiage. And I'll actually show you exactly it.
Okay.
Because here, Jewel Jew 56, are you a video editor? On November 25th.
Okay.
He wrote me back this morning with the exact same thing. Not only that.
What?
Okay.
And you had all this in between messages?
So, and I said, yes, I'm a video editor. I do personal events. Basically, trying to hype us up.
Right.
And he goes, great. I was hoping you could make a birthday video for my daughter. I'll like to have photos and a song played in the video, willing to pay $300. Okay, right away, it sounds legit. Until you get the exact same message. So they're copying and pasting and sending the scam out, right? So here's the scam. You agree to the $300. Personally, we don't accept personal checks and things when it comes to business.
Right.
It has to go over through our digital means. So that's what I told them. I was like, we only accept through Venmo. We only accept credit card payments, things like that. And he goes, no, I would rather have your home address and your full name, and then I'll send you a check.
And
blah, blah,
what's
blah.
the purpose of sending the check?
The check, so that the purpose is for him to make a mistake.
A mistake.
And send a check for $3,000, and then you're supposed to wire him back or send back the difference. And then they either get contact of your bank account, or they just get the money, and then they cancel that first check, or it never goes through, whatever. But I've never made it that far. I've never gotten the check, but I'm getting these emails left and right. So now I'm just messing with these guys.
Like, what are you saying?
The first time I did it, I thought it was a real person. So
you're
I
trying
went
to
through
be
the whole. I
professional.
try to be professional. Most of the other ones I've already deleted. Like I blocked them and I deleted them. But this one so far this morning is great. I'm hoping you could make a birthday video, yada yada. And I'm like, oh, that sounds fun. Where would we be filming the birthday party? I really like cake. And he goes into the next spiel, which is the exact same thing. I was hoping to have some of her pictures and videos to be compiled into a slideshow. Is that doable? And then they give you a Google Drive link. Okay.
Okay.
And I said, excellent. We can film the birthday party and make a slideshow for sure. When's the party? And what kind of cake are you having?
Are you sending that right now?
Yeah. They respond really slowly, but the scam is out there, and it's not just me. I'm getting this 3 times a week.
Wow.
And then I'm seeing it come up on Facebook as like, hey, is this legit? This seems off. It absolutely is. So be very careful with that.
And we get something similar, but for us, it's usually an anniversary party. Can you come and film the anniversary party? They come with a date and a place.
They come with like a location?
A location, yeah. So a lot of times I can Google the
Wow.
location and it doesn't exist, or I'm like, but I respond, I'm like, can you give me more info? And usually then you get to the cut and paste, and then it's pretty obvious.
So what's the scam there? Is it the same thing?
It's the same thing, that they're going to
overpay?
overpay, and then, they pocket the difference, or
Yeah. There's a similar scam where they'll send you money and they'll send movers or
Movers?
like something like you're selling like a desk on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
They say, okay, we'll send you like $100 for the desk, but we'll
Okay.
also send you $200 for the movers because we can't come out of our house. We're sending movers, so you just pay them the $200.
Okay.
And then I don't know exactly how it works, and really I don't care to. That's a huge scam right there, because then someone probably
Maybe the movers are in on it?
no one's
or-
going to come.
Oh, there's no
There's
movers.
no movers.
Oh,
They're going to
gotcha.
oversend,
Got it.
charge back,
Got it.
and it's just
pocket the
another
difference.
scam.
Yeah.
So if anyone ever tries to contact you like that, nix it.
Yep.
It's better to go on to the next person
Yep.
and hold on to your desk a little bit longer
Yeah,
than
just ask a lot of questions, because eventually you'll get a feeling that something's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, scammers are definitely getting smarter, because
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of this scam with the video editing, and I fell for it in November. I didn't fall for the scam. I fell for
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was real. Where do you think they get off? Like what's the I mean, the driving force is to
making
try and get
money.
free money.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there has to be people cannot be falling for it that much.
Even if they fall 1%, and 1% of the people fall for it, it's still worth it
It's
to
still
them.
money.
For every 100 emails they send out or messages, they get $300, let's say.
Well, I mean, true.
and if it's just copy and paste, to them it's like nothing. If this is what they do all day,
Yeah, good point. And then
Yeah.
most of these people are overseas too,
Yeah.
which makes it a little
So
harder for them to trace.
$300 is
US
a
dollars.
lot.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like a month's worth of pay for some people depending on where they live. Yeah.
And I'm noticing this is happening more and more often too. And it's not just through Instagram, it's through emails. My dad got scammed not that long ago.
What?
He got locked out of his Gmail and he couldn't get into it. And it said, you have a 48-hour pause. And basically it's like a cooling off period.
Okay.
If you put in your email, your password so many times, they'll lock you out.
So somebody was trying to log in on...
I think he was trying to log in through a different device and he didn't remember his password, so he
Okay.
kept putting the wrong password in and he
Okay.
got locked out.
Okay.
So he went online and looked up Google, and Google does not have any kind of connection, any kind of contact, like
Really?
tech support. If you are not paying for Gmail, they don't care. They don't.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you just have a free Gmail account, they don't care. And that's fine. They have billions of accounts or
Yeah.
whatever. So he went online and got a little anxious about it and said, I need to find someone who works with Google. And he found a company, a third-party company that does all of their tech support,
Oh, boy.
which is obviously bullshit.
Right.
But
It sounded legit.
when you are in a panic and you're stressed out, I totally get it. I totally get falling for it and just wanting it
Should
done.
have just called you.
So yeah, that's what I said too. But what happened was he called them, talked to him on the phone. They said they call him back. They called him back a few hours later to make it look like they did work. And he goes, well, we can't get into it, but now you owe us $200. So he ended up paying it because he's a good guy. I swear to God, if anyone tries to scam him again, I will find you and I will do things to you, like make you watch The Eternals and World War Z on repeat.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's sad.
It is sad, but so scammers are out there, so just be aware of what's going on.
I think what you can do is you can copy and paste the text and put into Google.
And put into Google.
And then
Yeah.
see, because I'm sure there's plenty of threads about it on Facebook and elsewhere that'll pop up and it's like red flag, red flag. So.
Remind me about this. I'll make sure I copy and paste the text into the description.
Okay.
In the YouTube video.
Oh, okay. There you go. So now we will warn other people not to do
Exactly.
that. Okay.
So we talked about scamming. We talked about ghosting. I think another big thing we should talk about, especially if you own a business of any kind, is types of communication.
Okay.
Because not everyone is going to communicate the same way. And we live in an era right now where communication is very up to the communicator.
Yes.
Not the person who is being communicated to.
Yes. And it actually, frankly, surprises me how many businesses say stuff like, do not contact me through Instagram DM or email me only. I'm like,
Yeah.
who cares how they contact you as
Right,
long as
right.
they're contacting you? Like for me, the phone is a big thing. I do not like talking on the phone. I don't know
Right,
what it
right.
is. It's like email or in person or video chat, sure. But like the phone just rubs me the wrong way. I feel like I don't get the connection with people.
Before we go down this topic, I really want to talk about
Okay.
this with you because I don't enjoy being on the phone, but I will. I
Okay.
totally get it for business.
Okay.
But when I'm on the phone, I lose all track of what I'm physically doing.
Okay.
Like I literally black out. The amount of times my wife has come home at the end of the day and found a pizza literally charred to a crisp in the oven. And I was like, I didn't even start lunch. But when I'm on the phone, I just do stuff. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been on the phone and people are like, what's that noise? I'm like, oh, I'm vacuuming for some reason.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the worst one I ever did was I was on the phone and I, put the phone down and I was pantsless in my car driving somewhere.
No.
Yeah. Like
You got in your car and started driving without pants and you were not aware?
no idea where I was at, no idea where I was going.
Wow.
So much so that if my wife can't find the remote control, she'll go to the fridge first. Because that's the place it will be. And she goes, oh, you're on the phone today.
You're kidding.
Here's the remote control.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was messed up.
So
I'm not that bad.
What do you think about being on the phone is such an adversary for us?
I don't know. I feel like I don't get the feeling of the person that I'm talking to. I don't know how to read them. That's what it is.
Okay.
Like even in an email, obviously you can read people a lot less, but I feel like at least I can reread the email.
Take your time with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I can focus on more, and I could think about my composition and how I reply and all that. So I can, I have more than a second to reply.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas the phone is like, it's pretty immediate.
Yeah,
You
right.
know, and I'm like, oh my God, did I say the right thing? Did I have the right tone? And it's just very nerve wracking to me. I don't know why. Without the facial expressions. But once, like, I can be on a video chat, it's almost like the phone, but it's not. To me, it's just like, oh, I can see their face, they can see mine,
right.
they know that I'm joking and all that. So it's like the tone and the facial expressions translate a lot better, obviously, than just the tone.
I think the thing I like least about the video chat, I love video chat, by the way, but I think the least thing I like about it is the delay. There's always like a second or a second and a half delay. So I'll say something and I'm waiting for the response and it comes after and I'm like, it throws me completely off. Or if people don't use headphones when they talk, and then I can hear the feedback.
Yeah,
oh, that drives me up a
usually
wall.
don't use headphones.
It drives me up a wall.
Do you actually use headphones?
Every time I'm on. Because I don't want people to hear like the feedback on my end. I want it to be nice and clean.
So you're on video chat with headphones?
Yes, because I want it to sound good.
But you look like a dork.
Probably.
Okay, just so
But
you know.
I'm giving them a pleasurable experience with great audio. With great audio comes great responsibility.
Of course. It always does.
So I think as business owners, we need to be open to how people want to communicate
Yes.
with us. And I think every business needs to do that. And you're right, the amount of businesses out there who say like, you have to contact us through phone only. I'll be completely honest. The amount of businesses I have not contacted because they say you have to call us on the phone.
100%.
I'm like, no,
Nope, I'm out.
I'll find someone else.
Yep, no. I will
And
keep
the amount of contracts that I've had signed that I've brought in work from people texting me on Instagram,
Yep.
on YouTube.
Yep.
I've had people reach out to me
Really?
on YouTube
Wow.
and be like, hey, this is a great video. How do we contact you? And like, that's the initial contact.
or Facebook Messenger.
Oh, Facebook
Yeah.
Messenger is huge, yeah.
Yeah, I get that a
But
lot.
I think you need to be open to a wide variety.
Yes.
And granted, I don't use Snapchat. I don't use WhatsApp. I don't use TikTok that much. That's going to be changing.
Yeah.
But
But whatever platform you're on, you're open to being
you
contacted.
should be open to being
As far
contacted.
as I'm concerned,
Yes.
I agree.
Yes. And I think that needs to be a part of your branding marketing aspect because you need to be open to how people want to communicate with you.
Yeah.
I think it's very odd that we still live in a time frame where people are like, is it okay if I text you? I'm like, yeah. Texting has been normal for 20 years now.
Yeah.
Let's absolutely text anytime you need.
Yeah.
And I will respond to a text or an email faster than the phone because to me, calling someone back requires me to cancel out everything what I'm doing. I have to like shut down I don't have to shut down my project, but I have to like physically get to a point in my project where I can walk away from. I need to make sure my cats are taken care of, my
Yep.
dog's okay.
Yep.
I need to make sure there's no
Yep.
distractions.
Yep. When I have a phone call, I put up signs outside my office
right.
that
It's like,
says,
please don't
don't
disrupt."
disturb.
Yep.
I'm on the phone, and I go around yelling at people. I'm like, do not come upstairs for any questions. I
Right,
don't care.
right.
I'm on the phone. Whereas with everything else, it's not that big of
I
a
can
deal.
text back.
Yeah.
I can text back on the toilet. I mean,
He does not do that.
No.
That would be not businesslike
that
and
would be
professional.
horrible business-like,
No.
even though everyone does it.
You only text your friends on the toilet. Let's just be honest.
Yes.
Okay. And your wife.
Oh God, yeah,
yeah.
always. Because I got
She's
text
like,
her back
you're on the
fastest.
toilet again.
I don't let that linger, man. That is fast. So speaking of speed,
Okay.
how fast should a business respond to an email?
Well, 24 hours would be ideal, minimum.
Minimum?
I'm just saying.
Wait, minimum or maximum?
Maximum. Did I say minimum?
You said minimum. Oh, okay.
Okay, maximum, right. It depends on how busy I am that day. If it comes in and I'm
Yeah,
checking my
yeah,
emails,
I
I
get that. I
respond
get
right
that.
away. But if I'm on a shoot, and
Yeah,
I come home
right.
at 11, and I might look at my emails, but I'm probably not going to respond at 11 p.m. You know,
Okay.
maybe the next morning. You know,
Okay.
so it just depends. I know you're very much on the ball. Like the minute something comes in, you're like,
unless I'm literally doing something like
Yeah.
this, or like I'm shooting, or I'm driving.
Yeah.
I respond the minute I see
You
it.
talk about why it's so important for you to respond as fast as possible.
I think it is so pivotal that we respond as fast as possible to a client because they have the opportunity to go somewhere else.
Okay.
If someone is reaching out to you inquiring about your service or business or whatever, thing like that, you are not the only person they are reaching out to. The chances of them shopping around looking for other people is extremely high, and not only high, but very normal.
Okay.
It's kind of a race to who gets back first, but it's not just a race. I, as the business owner, want the client to know that I'm going to take care of them and that the communication is extremely important.
I see your point.
And the amount of times I've literally booked clients being like, you're communicative, you're responsive, you answer our questions in a super fast manner. I mean, my reviews say that. And if they remember that from early on in the process,
True.
That's amazing. That's a big deal.
But do you sometimes feel like you're almost setting up those expectations, like you're spoiling them to have answers like immediately at all
think
times of the day?
As long as I'm able to, and I always say that too, is like unless I'm shooting or sleeping or in the car, I will answer back as fast as possible. But I'm okay with that because that's part of my job. I think if someone's going to be spending money with me, whether it be a wedding, whether it be a commercial, anything like that, it's not chump change,
Right.
Very few projects that we do are going to be light money.
Right. But if a text comes in at 10:30, 11 at night,
I still answer back.
And you don't think that's...
Unless I'm sleeping. Yeah.
And that doesn't make you kind of like WTF? Why are they texting me so late?
Think about the flip of that. How many times have you been doing something where you need something done? Okay, you need to get a party together, okay, and you need to get everything lined up for the party or whatever.
Okay.
And you're sitting there throughout the day, your life goes by, and then crap, right before you go to bed,
True.
I totally forgot everything.
True.
I need to reach out to them.
True.
I'm not expecting an answer back, but sometimes it's last minute and they need an answer right away.
But what if it's it's not an answer, it's like a question, answer, where do you stop texting at 1 a.m.? What's your limit?
I think as a business, it's also appropriate to say stuff, unless your website or you advertise that you're open 24 hours for phone calls or open available till 10 a.m. for
do you
whatever.
say that on your end?
I don't, but I will if someone does keep texting back and back. I will say I'm heading to bed soon, but I would love to continue the conversation in the morning.
Okay.
But I still think it's very important to answer back.
Okay.
Back fast, because that's the kind of experience I expect if I'm dealing with a business.
Yeah, I do see your point. At this day and age, we want immediate satisfaction.
We want the immediate
and
satisfaction.
response,
We have been spoiled by Amazon. We've been spoiled by giant conglomerates who have 24-hour day services.
Yeah.
And so much so that, what was it? The other day, we were trying to contact the Bank of America.
Okay.
Our mortgage lender.
Okay.
And we wanted to contact them because we never got our mortgage bill in the mail. And they said, well, your bill's late. I was like, we never got it. So we tried to call them at 6:03 p.m. and they close at 6. And we're like, why isn't there a 24-hour? This is a giant company. This isn't a small company. If this was like a small mom and pop bank, I'd understand.
Right.
But you're dealing with my loan, which is not cheap. I want my answer now, and I don't want to be charged more for your negligence of not answering my phone call.
Interesting.
So I think in that kind of scheme, I think having someone to contact you back quickly is very important. Another example, I just had my camera die on me not that long ago. I sent it out to a repair shop across the country. They never answered any of my emails. And they said in their intro email, it's like, hey, if you ever have questions, you can check in and blah, blah, blah. We'll respond to you in a very quick manner. I asked maybe 4 emails, never got a response once. 2 phone calls, never got a call back. I was really pissed. I will not go on their Google and bash them or anything like that because it came back, it's fixed, it's fine. But I was highly disappointed in their communication.
But then you found another local company that fixed the
camera.
camera.
Found a local company because my other camera took a crap on me too. Found a local place in Rosemont, Illinois, MYK Camera. I will praise them.
Was it Rosemont?
Yes. No.
No.
It was Des Plaines.
Des Plaines.
Des Plaines, Illinois. MYK. John is amazing. I will praise him to the
Because
nth
I know,
degree.
like, the first thing you did was you messaged me that you found a local company
I
that's
found
very
a guy,
responsive.
and it's
yeah.
like I need to tell all my other camera
Yep.
people. It's like
and I
go
saved
to him.
it to my favorites
Yeah.
because like my camera guy was not very communicative. But
Oh.
it seems like, here's the thing though, okay? I gave him more of a slack because I'm not as on the ball as you are.
Okay.
So, but when it came to weeks instead of days, then it was like.
So John, he would send me texts with photos. Like he took apart my camera, and he would send me photos of it, and he goes, "Let me know when you're up for a phone call." So
No.
I can digest what he's gonna talk to me about before we actually talk. So I got on the phone with him. He goes, "Are you
Wow.
looking at the photo?" I was like, "Yeah." Well, here's what this is.
No way.
And then he sent me a text right after that and said, "Hey, I'm on this. I will respond to you as soon as there's changes in your
Wow.
camera."
Okay.
And then he sent me an email. He goes, "Here's what's going on." And then he sent me another text, and I was like, "Oh my God,
This is like perfect.
it's
for you.
it's
Yeah.
amazing." I would rather have information overload
Than not enough.
than sit there going, "Where the hell's my
going on.
camera?"
Yep. I know. I've been waiting
yeah.
on my camera to be fixed, and he said a week, and it's 2 months later that I'm finally.
That's
getting it.
absurd.
Yeah.
What was the problem with the camera?
I went. Long story. I don't know what was wrong with the camera, but I know like sensor and lens things weren't communicating, so the part needed to be ordered. So then when I went in, because I wasn't getting anything like he wasn't answering my emails, I went in and I said, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "I'm ordering a part." I'm like, "That could have been a quick email. I am ordering a part. You need to wait longer," but no email.
One sentence.
Yeah.
One
So that was a
sentence.
little bit disappointing. So I understand waiting, but I need to know why I'm waiting.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
And I'm
exactly.
guilty of that too. It's like often something comes up and I'm like, I should be communicating, but like it's so crazy that I'm like, I forget to communicate. you know?
That's
So,
true.
yeah.
That's totally true because
Yeah.
life happens.
Yeah.
Life gets ahead of us.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I think having a little bit of common courtesy for your clients
Mm-hmm.
goes an epically long way, and then communicating back the way they communicate
Yes.
with you.
And I know sometimes I like when I'm editing the photos, like I'm like, oh, I should send them a message and see, like I take a picture of my screen and I'm like, hey, I'm currently doing this. This is a cute moment, blah, blah, blah. And just send them
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little something.
Right.
And that just, they're so happy and excited that I actually did that. I'm like, oh, maybe I should do that more, but it's like you're so wrapped up in the work that you forget the whole, communication and client
super true.
service,
That's super
so
true.
we should keep that in the forefront of our minds.
I think we should as a business. Yeah. You guys should too. Speaking of which, let's wrap this up. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I've been Jason.
Hilda.
And we are EO7 and For Love Films.
Wait, are
this
we clinking?
is Coffee and Cameras.
Clink. Do you have any coffee in there?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
This is the good life.
You've been listening to Coffee and Cameras with Jason Osterkamp and Hilda Burke, an EO7 Media production. For more information, check out our website at eo7media.com.
This is the good life.